Approach each customer with the idea of helping him or her solve a problem or achieve a goal, not selling a product or service. Brian Tracy. You have the power to be the boss of your own life. I'm your host, Monica Allen. I'm a wife, mom, entrepreneur, best-selling author, lifelong learner, and your biz bestie. I have a love and passion for all things small business. Growing my own company from $700 to over 7 figures annually, my goal is to bring you inspiration, business-focused topics and tips, encouragement, and a community that helps you launch, grow, and scale your business, whether you are a dreamer, a side hustler, or a seasoned entrepreneur. You are listening to the Become Your Own Boss podcast. Last week, we talked about automation and delegation, so you could free yourself from the daily grind and focus on what truly matters, bringing in revenue. But now that you have the time, how do you actually sell effectively? Today, we're talking about the key strategies that will help you close more deals, build stronger relationships, and make sure your business doesn't just survive, but thrives. If you've ever wondered what top entrepreneurs do to keep their sales pipeline full, this episode's for you. But before I get into it, I want to let you all know about the podcast's first Boss Collective Zoom party taking place next Friday. You can sign up at the link in the show notes to join. We will discuss a related topic that will help your business grow. You can bring your best 60-second pitch for your business. And this will be a podcast episode in the future, so all podcast listeners can learn more about your business. Go ahead to the show link. Get signed up today. Again, the link is in the show notes. And remember, space is limited, so don't wait. Get signed up today. I really took some time to think about what has made our business successful when it comes to closing sales and driving revenue. And I came up with 3 words that begin with the letter F that I hope will be easy to remember. They are follow-up, feedback, and friendship. I want to start first with follow-up. Perhaps you've heard the phrase, there's fortune in the follow-up. I have found that fast responses to questions or inquiries can lead to more business. You see, we live in a very busy world. People will reach out with questions on something they need, and if it takes you too long to get back to them, they have moved on to the next provider. You also want to follow up more than once. According to a study by the Brevet Group, 80% of sales happen after the 5th follow-up. Not the first, not the second, not the third, not the fourth, but the 5th. So you have to continue to follow up. You can use email automation tools or set calendar reminders to keep your leads warm to help you follow up. Be persistent, but not a pest. You can do this by following up with value. Maybe share a case study, an article, or a success story. My physical therapist is really good about sharing a variety of things. He'll share exercises that you can do at home. And most recently, he sent me a video about how to sit properly at my desk. When you're following up, you want to sell the solution, not the problem. Customers don't care about what you sell. They care about how it helps them. And as the quote at the top of the episode states, approach each customer with the idea of helping him or her solve a problem or achieve a goal, not selling a product or service. So instead of saying, I offer social media management, say, I help small businesses generate more leads through social media. For us, we create custom jackets that help you stand out. Because in the fraternity and sorority world, making a statement as an organization as well as an individual matters. In a time where uniqueness and a strong social media presence are important, our designs give our customers that extra edge, gives them that extra, just that extra. Also, if you sell a product, you want to make sure you aren't just listing off the features. You want to share the benefits. How will using your product or service make them feel? What is the end result when they choose you over someone else? You also want to make sure when you're following up that you're asking the right questions, because sales isn't about talking, it's about listening. My mom always said, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. We should use them in proportion. Anyway, instead of pitching, ask, what's your biggest challenge right now? What's been stopping you from solving this problem? If we could remove this challenge, how would that impact your business life? When I'm talking to a customer about their jacket idea or their sweatshirt idea, I'm often asking them, well, what's your nickname? Or we call it a line name. Perhaps we can come up with a design that speaks to that name. What organization are you a part of? What were you thinking in a way of telling your story on your jacket. So we want to get to the questions that will lead us to the ultimate goal, and they'll know that we care and value them again. You see, the more you understand your customers' pain points, the easier it is to position your offer as the solution. Sometimes we have customers come to us and they'll let us know, well, I've tried to work with another company and this happened or that happened. That's helpful to us because then we can make sure those things don't happen with our company, or we can say for sure that it won't happen with our company because we have a process or procedure that won't allow that to happen with us. So, again, just understanding your customer's pain. All of this can be done in the follow up. When we reply to a quote in our email signature, there's a video of a customer receiving a jacket from us. It shows her excitement and unique jacket. In addition, we offer links that show our process and just how we work. The next F is feedback. After you've provided your service or product, you should send a survey. Asking questions can help make your business better. It can show you where you can improve. It can also let you know where you exceeded expectations, and those are the things that you can double down on because your customers appreciate that. And it can give you insights into what new products or services you can offer. I will admit, sometimes when we used to receive not the most desired feedback, though it was rare, it would drive me nuts. But at the end of the day, it made us question our process or our procedure. Was this just a one-off thing, or could we use an improvement in a process? Could we improve a standard? One area of improvement we've made over the years is our proofing process. We have gotten more detailed on our proofs than we started out because of mishaps or mistakes that were made in the past. You can send out a survey using a service like JotForm or SurveyMonkey, but it's always good to get feedback from your customer. And we've talked about follow-up, we've talked about feedback. The last F is friendship. What do I mean by friendship? I'm not talking about a relationship like you have with your best friend or close buddy, but I'm talking about a connection with a client or customer that lets them know they are heard and valued. I will give you an example. About a month ago, I had a prospect call. Sometimes I get people on the phone that I can tell are a bit older and might not feel 100% comfortable with online shopping. This gentleman had a lot of questions. And while part of me was like, OMG, I have so much to do, I don't have time for this, the other part of me felt convicted and told me to be patient. One, because I would want someone to treat me with patience and kindness, and the other part was he genuinely needed help. The next day, he booked an appointment to come into the store, and I met with him. He asked me if I was the person he spoke to on the phone, and after I answered yes, he thanked me for being so nice and patient with him. He even went on to say that he had called other places and they were rude to him and rushed him off the phone. I'm so glad I was patient because that also makes our brand look really bad if that's the vision he has. It taints the brand. That interaction over the phone left a lasting impression with him. Not only did he place an order with me that day, but he promised he would come and see me again when he came back to Atlanta to visit his son. He lives in Seattle. You see, while online marketing is important, social media marketing, email marketing, and paid ads, at the end of the day, though, people buy from people. And that means those connections and impressions you make over the phone, over email, and in person are vital. Another way to build friendships are by networking with purpose. Networking isn't about handing out business cards and hoping for the best. It's about building relationships. You can join local business groups, chamber of commerce, or industry-specific meetups. I joined BNI last year, which is Business Networking International, and I'm thinking about joining our local chamber of commerce sometime this year. I find that as I continue to show up to my BNI meetings each week, I feel like I'm establishing friendships and know, like, and trust. This will ultimately lead to my fellow BNI members passing me more referrals. They've already passed along some, but the more I'm around, the more they get to know me, the more I get to know them, the more they'll pass to me, and the more I can pass to them. We can also attend conferences where our ideal customers hang out, not just events with other entrepreneurs, unless that's your target market. And you can also be intentional and set goals for each of these events that you attend. Maybe you want to collect 5 quality leads. And of course, you want to follow up with those leads because, again, there's fortune in the follow-up. There's also something called strategic partnership. Instead of cold calling strangers, you can tap into the network you already have. Partner with complementary businesses and share referrals. For example, we have a vendor we've been working with for a number of years, but oftentimes they'll get customers that they can't serve because they don't do one offs like we'll do. They only embroider in multiples of 6. We'll take just one, so they will send those customers to us who come to them with 1 or 2 pieces. And another good way to build relationships or friendships is you can look for speaking engagements or panel discussions that position you as an expert in your field. What I have found is typically when you do that, you'll have people come up to you and talk to you at the end, grab their card and follow up with them. You never know, they may need your service in the future, even if they don't need it in that moment. If you're serious about keeping your business alive and thriving, sales must be your priority. Of course, you want to provide the service or the product that your customer is purchasing from you, but they have to get there first. You do that through sales. You can automate, delegate, and strategize, but at the end of the day, sales is about relationships. You build these relationships through the 3 F's that we've talked about, but follow up, feedback, and building the friendship. I hope this resonates with you today. Thank you for listening. I'm grateful for you, as always. If you found this episode helpful, please do me a favor. Share it with a fellow business owner who could use these sales tips. Also, leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. It helps more people find the show. And DM me on Instagram at Become Your Own Boss Podcast. I'd love to hear from you. And lastly, don't forget to join me for our first Boss Collective Zoom party next week. Simply click the link in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in. And remember, now is the time. Now is the time to level up, leave a legacy, and become your own boss.